Can you tell us about some experiences people have come to you, have had, how it's helped their... Well, I want to point out what I loved about BodyTalk was it wasn't just helping us with physical health. Within 3 sessions, I felt like a different person. Some ongoing patterns that I had and behaviours that I wanted to let go of, they just kind of went. Can you tell me why is that?
Yeah, we see that all the time, and as I said, specifically, what do you want? Because we've been, it's just amazing how we kind of witnesses to little small miracles taking place in people's lives on an ongoing basis. And I mean, imagine getting up every day and doing something that you absolutely love and brings benefits to people. So that's one of the really amazing things about the BodyTalk system. Specifically, I'm just thinking when you talked about that, about emotional stuff, I had a lady come in and see me. She had depression for about a year, I think she said, or ongoing depression, but was really bad over that last year period. And we did a whole lot of balancing and stuff that was, brought up by her innate system.
Yes.
And she went to work the next day and walked into work. Well, first of all, she woke up in the morning. She looked in the mirror and she said, "Wow, I remember you." And she thought, something's really different about me. She got to work and it got validated there. People started saying, "Wow, what have you done? You seem so different. Something's..." And she said, "I don't know, I went for this BodyTalk session yesterday and I just feel amazing. I feel so different." And she called me a couple of days later and told me this. And I said, "Well, that's fantastic. These are things that are possible. It's not a one-day cure-all. Sometimes it's 3, 4, 5 sessions before someone sees some of the benefits that can be seen with the system. But sometimes it is that fast, immediate, because the body's basic ability is can heal immediately. Okay, it can heal instantaneously if it wants to. But more important, she said, because of that, because she felt so wonderful, she had been looking for a mate.
Right.
And she was just, because she was so depressed, just not interested in even looking for somebody. And she'd even joined like Match.com or one of these services. And she decided, you know what, I'm feeling so much better. I'm going to go on there and have a look and see who's been emailing me. And she saw this one particular guy and they started corresponding, and within a month they got to meet each other. And she continued all the time coming for regular sessions. After a year, they got married. They got married this last April, and she said she knows she would never even have seen him. Being in her emotional, mental state, and that state of depression, she wouldn't even have opened that email. And now her whole life's changed. She's just, from what they feel, she's living with her soulmate, and they're just in absolute heaven. And she comes regularly for sessions for other stuff, but the depression's gone.
Great.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's come to you before, and she said it was very helpful for when she was pregnant, and you've mentioned some people even come when they are needing assistance to conceive.
Well, fertility treatments, definitely. And that can even just be, I think I specifically remember the person that you're talking about, and that was just basically what came up in the session was within the ovary, there's consciousness parts to every part of your body. And within the ovary, when the egg was being released each month, it wasn't being released with the consciousness of life acceptance. So it wasn't going out there looking to be fertilized. Okay? And so balancing that, just the consciousness, the intent of that ovary to be fertilized, the egg to be fertilized, was all that really was needing to be balanced for her to conceive. And I think that person conceived that same week after her first BodyTalk session. We only found out a few sessions later that she walked in smiling from ear to ear, and she was like, "Guess what?" And I was like, "I think I know." She said, "I'm pregnant." And so she continued throughout the entire pregnancy. We worked on her, and the BodyTalk session was priority links for herself and priority links for the baby in utero, being able to balance stuff that was taking place, developmental, emotional, a lot of babies in utero picking up information from the mother and the father.
Yes, they do.
Their
Yes.
environment, like Dr. Bruce Lipton, conscious parenting. He's pointed out that the environment is what expresses the genes. So that baby's environment is picking up all the time what's going on in the home, what's going on in the mother's health. And if the mother's stressed and producing kind of cortisol and chemicals and that are feeding the baby's then at that stage already developing emotional, active memories and stuff that affects its development.
So BodyTalk is able to...
So we're able to address things as they're developing in utero, and then obviously when they're born as well, and the father, you know, and BodyTalk, even a lot of the time when I'm doing sessions on the moms with the pregnant moms, the father comes up in the session too. The baby brings the father in, or the fathers will actually volunteer to come in for sessions because they know how important it is for them, the whole family as a unit, to be balanced for the baby's development.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So what you just shared with us about that particular case, it was that information was gained without any machinery, without any psychic ability on your part. It was through using this muscle testing.
Yeah, through the BodyTalk system, using my interpretation of what the links are that are needed through my innate intelligence and the client's innate showing me where these imbalances might be taking place.
Wonderful.
Yeah.